Okay, so here let's go a little bit deeper. So this is going to be, I suppose we'll just call this part 2 of LSD versus DMT. So let's go back and revisit the comparison of the two. So a typical LSD experience lasts about 8 hours, okay? Whereas a typical DMT experience lasts about 10 to 15 minutes. So there's a big difference there, right? Is there not? Okay. So see, the reason I'm bringing this up is because there is this new generation. So I'm 50 years old. The millennials is the generation that comes after. I'm X generation. So then you got the millennials, and then after the millennials are the Zoomers, Generation Z, the Zoomers. Okay, so millennials and Zoomers, they don't know anything about LSD because LSD for the most part is non-existent. So they can't really speak to LSD, the experience of LSD. Now, if anyone were to try to argue that that's not true, you're mostly wrong. Okay, back in 2000, by 2010, the most obscure of all drugs that had lost so much potency that it was almost non-existent by 2010 is LSD. Okay, so the question is, in 2010, what drug has lost potency over time? Is it, of all the drugs you could think of, which one would be the one that has where the potency of the drug has decreased vastly over time? The answer is LSD. That was in 2010. By now, LSD is going to be really hard to find. On top of that, DMT is what's trending and popular. So none of these newer generations have any interest in LSD and are hardly even aware of its existence. So most DMT heads are not going to be able to compare the DMT experience to LSD. Therefore, how could a person who's a DMTer claim that DMT is the superior experience? Is superior experience to that of LSD? Well, they can't, And so there's that. So just touching on that. So now we're comparing the two. So let's go back to the general, the more glaring differences. So LSD lasts 8 hours. DMT lasts 15 minutes. Okay. On LSD, when you're on LSD, you can actually walk down the street. You can actually experience reality, the physical world, while you are on LSD. DMT, you are physically incapacitated. You cannot even stand up. You are completely physically incapacitated. So you can't get up and walk down the street. You can't even experience the physical world when you're on DMT at all. So these are some very glaring differences in these two experiences, right? What do they have in common? They're both hallucinogens. Okay? Okay, so I just want to share an experience that I had that I can tell you for a fact a person on DMT could never have on DMT. You cannot, the experience that I'm about to share with you is something that is impossible to experience on DMT. Okay? So it was like my second or third Grateful Dead show. I believe it was my second, and it was in Las Vegas. And I took some LSD, and I was at the show, and I was having a good time, and I kept feeling this sense that somebody was calling me. Like it was like a telepathic, somebody was using telepathy to call out to me and to draw me to them. And I kept reminding myself I'm on LSD, whatever. This is just, this is what happens when you're on LSD. But it wouldn't go away, and it kept growing and growing and growing and growing, and it became so loud and strong that I had to acknowledge that this could very well be happening in reality, that it's not just the LSD, like this is